pole position, the first one of the year. Was going 3 wide now into the last corner. Crash Vettel is in the pits. Lights out, away we go. But look at that, it's looking like a real race start right there. Thomas Jensen coming up to the line and winning a brilliant Grand Prix. And that is no build, spot around. Hello and welcome, it's TwoFiftySix back again for the F1MC Season 3, round number 2. It's Bahrain short today. This is the wrong map. Unfortunately, the game doesn't provide any of these maps for the short circuits, so we're stuck here with the usual Bahrain track. It's not gonna be this one. If you can see there, after turn 2, 3, it's gonna turn to the right sharply, onto the back straight again, and then we're gonna go back up onto that little hill and run down towards the start-finish line once again. So we're cutting out all of the Sector 2 basically. Going out of the way, and that will be now Crash Vettel's turn with a beautifully timed maneuver here. Giving each other slipstream. Trippy, well, improving by 3 seconds. But I guess there was an invalidation there I didn't see. Still on a 1:02, and that... well, he's gonna have one more attempt if he can get the fuel together. Either he does it now or later. But this is Crash Vettel now in the fight for pole. 35,000 up on his last time. That is looking like it's gonna be enough for now. But for sure, Fraser is gonna be improving as well, as we're gonna be switching between the drivers in a second on the Sector 2 split. Crash Vettel is now running up on top of the hill and diving down once again. Improved 1.2 tenths. What is Fraser doing? How much does he improve? Only 74,000. This is going to be a run to the wire right here in qualifying between Crash Vettel and Fraser. Crash coming across the line for a 58.0. And Fraser, what is he able to do? Is it going to be a 57? No, it is not. Only an improvement of 49,000. That is not enough to take pole away from Crash. Fraser's teammate Nobuild, as driver just improved there to P8. Nobuild around the final corner, running up to the line, and that is a 58.2 P3. So a very, very good quali for both of the Ferrari drivers. But here we go. That is the qualifying result. Crash Vettel right here takes pole away for Bahrain short. And here we are, everybody took their position. The lights are coming on for the Manama Grand Prix, as we are calling it. Here we go, the lights are out, away we don't go as usual. And here we are. That is a pretty bad start, I think, by Fraser. Pretty good start by Flat Red there, side by side. Oh, the second Ferrari as well, having a little look there on both of the Renaults. Moonfall overtaken Nobuild there. Zotax also with an overtake on somebody, as we have great fighting there through what is turn 4 and 5. Driver losing out some positions from the start, I think. How to get right, gaining a bunch. So he was saying that AMG attack, and yeah, that AMG did attack, as Nobuild and Moonfall are going at it right now. Clean overtake by Nobuild, but a huge lockup on the front there, on the inside front. Is it gonna hamper him down the straight? Doesn't look like it. So we're going on board with Moonfall here, chasing down Nobuild, having a lockup himself, trying to break as late as possible. And all you need to do is, well, follow the damn train. And yeah, follow the damn DRS train, as there is a driver going into the pits. Obviously with a little bit of damage, as well as Trippy. Well, now both in the pits, and this is gonna be chaotic as hell. So we're changing over to Mario's on-board perspective here, chasing Zotax down, taking out a few of the cones, trying to take as much of the track as possible. Up then as well into the pits, onto the hard tires, looking maybe something will happen during the course of this race. We're in lap 2 already, of course, running up the hill now, approaching turn 8. Fraser now chasing Crash Vettel there, as Moonfall is he's having a little bit of a nightmare here. Right here in front we have Fraser and Crash Vettel trying to get some moves done on each other. Is Crash gonna squeeze out Fraser? Yes, he tries to. Fraser squeezes back. There's no love lost between these two drivers, as the DRS has been enabled now. You can hear the beep. It is activated. Into the slipstream, Fraser goes, gets pushed a little bit to the side, and overtakes Crash Vettel, who's not having a much better exit. What is Fraser doing? Is he going into pits? No, he is not. He's just keeping an inside line. Just doesn't want to give any slipstream away, any, well, crucial straight line speed, as Flood Red is having a little look. Gets blocked, though, by Fraser. Still gets a better exit than Crash Vettel does. Or is he? Crash Vettel braking way later into turn 4. Almost Crash Vettel putting Flood Red into the wall there. That gives Noble a great chance at overtaking Crash Vettel, and he does so as well. Into turn 6 they all go. As you can see in front now as well, Crash going for an overtake on Noble. Little bit of contact there, and Noble keeps it on the inside. Switches to the outside, doesn't want to get squeezed to the exit. Brakes late. And defends that position for one more lap, or should I say for one more DRS zone, as this is actually Noble gets the DRS here at the point. Yeah, exactly that point. You see, we see. Oh, that is hard racing between these two drivers once again. Crash Vettel now on the inside this time around. I think he got it straight through. Yes, he did. He's completely passed, as Fraser is just working on increasing his gap to the guys behind. It's 2 seconds now already. Noble again tries around the outside of Crash Vettel, which turns to the inside in turn 7, and he gets it done once again. He's doing an absolutely amazing job for Fraser here, if that is willingly or not. But he is holding up Crash Vettel quite a lot here, and that is helping out Fraser in every single way possible. So great stuff there. So we're having the first penalties being shown for Stegarul and Smithy Boy, probably for just extending the track a little bit too much. So that is Crash passed again. Noble braking later. He's still there on the outside. Can't just keep his car there. Has to cede the position for now. But of course, after the DRS zone is before a new DRS zone approaches, and here we go. Going on board with your Red Bull driver, you can see Noble's catching up, and that DRS train has kind of diminished a little bit, as we do have a full course caution now. That is a safety car out for Smithy Boy. And I hope we haven't witnessed brake failure once again for a second time. Isn't that... Did he crash exactly there last race as well? He clearly has lost it on the outside. You can see his car right there off track. Here we go. The lights are coming on, and for the second time today, for the Manama Grand Prix, the lights are out. We don't go away unless there's one guy. Yep. I think that was Quartz. I think that was his AI actually gone away. And Crash Vettel got an absolutely blistering start into the lead of the Grand Prix. Fraser got all out of shape there on turn 2. He's even behind his own teammate of Noble, making contact there. And oh, that is behind the Weasel. And I think that is... Who was that actually? These two guys were definitely having a little bit of an argument there. And that is the Weasel now into P14 only. Looking at the front, we do have Crash Vettel with quite a bit of a lead. Fraserham setting his teammate under great pressure. And all the way back there, we have Stegarul and CMD fighting for the final points position. Crash Vettel setting the fastest lap, unsurprisingly. Already in the pits is How to Get Right and Shriver with that little argument before. Squats has joined back. Brazam, meanwhile, made it past No Build. Is already chasing Crash Vettel down. So he'll have a job to do today. He will have the DRS now, but so will Fladred on No Build. So it's ye old DRS train. Here comes Marius. Past Fladred, and is he always also gonna have a look at No Build? Yes, he is. Tries to go down the inside of No Build. Tries it once again. And loses his end plate this time. So this is gonna hinder him for sure. If he gets past Fladred as well, that's not gonna help him too much in the remainder of the race. Well, both of these drivers, but Marius has no fighting chance. Looking at the fight for the top positions, we do have Fraser chasing down Crash Vettel. 2 tenths separating them. Crash is definitely weaving there. More than you are supposed to, and Mario's going into the pits and retiring actually. He had such a good chance of points, but he just gives up. That's odd to see. But here we have Crash Vettel trying to go back. And trying to get that first place back. But he's not gonna do that. Meanwhile, a huge crash between Fladred and No Build. What happened there? I mean, I'm sorry we didn't get that on camera, but that was a huge impact there for No Build. He's out of the session as well. Fladred, very, very slow off the track there. And you know what? Joke's on this game. Somebody parking it up all the way in a runoff area in turn 8 gets you a full-on safety car, but somebody getting completely annihilated. The car completely in pieces. Oh, that's a virtual safety car. That'll do. That'll do. Bloodred retiring from the session now as well. So not too many fights going on. We have oh no, this is Crash Vettel out of the session actually, into the wall. I didn't expect him to overcook it there on the exit, and that is him out of the session. The greatest contender for the win, apart from Fraserham, in the walls there. So that is Fraserham now with a 7.6 second lead. The pit window is open for the one-stop strategy. Let's have a look at the tire situation. Smitty Boy just came into the pits for some hards. We have Squats, BSB and How to Get Right on hards. So they're gonna finish the race on this tire. Everybody else in the top 6 standard starting compound. Travis in P7 on 8 laps old soft tire, 17 seconds behind Zotax. Zotax, the next running car in 6th there. That CMD is on right here. You can see him going a little bit deep there, making contact with Stegarul, who tries everything to get past CMD once again. So much contact, Stegarul losing out quite a lot there. I think that was a little bit of a rude move there by CMD. Got quite a bit of oversteer on the exit, and that cost Stegarul a part of his front wing. So here we go. Team order time? Question mark. It already happened. The Weasel is in front, pulling Shriver along. He's gonna be trying to keep in that DRS as long as possible, as that is gonna help his lap time on these very worn softs at this point. As we have the leading cars now in the pits. Fraser came out in 4th, right behind Sotax, who hasn't pit yet. Trippy Sam it's just on the exit right here now. As we have Stegarul and wasn't it Shriver? Oh, Shriver pit. Good morning. But how to get right got past BSB, I think. So did Smithy Boy, and that is the reason why. BSB unfortunately spinning, rejoining the track just ahead of Shriver, who went into the pits as Squads has now retired. Again on the start-finish line, and oh no. It's another safety car. Oh no. How do you retire there? Right on the start-finish line. How do you do this? I wonder. And that is now, I think, a pretty big advantage for Moonfall, who actually didn't opt to pit. Oh, he's just coming around now. So, yep, that is going to be a huge advantage for Moonfall. And the safety car again changing the outcome of the race. But quite a lot. As that Renault just doesn't sound healthy at all, does it? Oh, Fraser going back into the pits now as well. So that will be Moonfall then, taking over the lead of this Grand Prix. Safety car is coming in this lap, and that is a very, very late call for the safety car to be coming in. Let's have a look at Moonfall's car. Is he gonna get a good start? Yes, he is. That is an amazing restart for Moonfall. CMD just losing out more and more there to Fraser, to Sotax, even to Trippy. We have all separated just a little bit, whilst Fraser's keeping his nose in there around the outside of CMD, and there he goes, pushes him wide just a little bit. Nice squeeze there. Sotax getting just tangled up in all of that mess. And Crash Battle, I think he's putting all of our thoughts for today, yeah, in some words, as we have Sotax and the Weasel now fighting. Sotax just falling behind more and more. I think he must have some front wing damage, as you could see there. Front wing end plate missing for Sotax, and oh, how unlucky can a guy be? I don't even know where he lost that part of his front wing, but it is gone. Abdallah, you need to hit the brakes. I just wanted to say, I think he just completely locked up there on the front. That was a little bit over eager / unlucky maybe. Yeah, he is absolutely rapid today once again. And that is Stegarul and the Weasel fighting, as Sotax has retired from the session in the pits. There's some more contact between a Haas driver and another contender, as he's just losing out everywhere. Against how to get right now as well. Is Trevor gonna have a look? It does not seem like it. As Stegarul outbreaks himself as well. Trevor, make sure he doesn't come back on track that easily. And oh. Well, I mean, Stegarul now also retired from the session, as we have 10 drivers left. How to get right against the Weasel is the next move that we are going to witness. Oh, I was prepared to say, well, and he gets it done, but he didn't yet get it done at that point in time. But he has now, unless the Weasel can have anything to say about that. It's this race itself is a love letter to Codemasters. And that was Fraser going for a move on Moonfall. He gets back though to the inside of turn 4. Through 5 here. He's still there. Look at that. Going into 6 now. Look at them side by side. That is great racing between the two drivers there. If only Crash Vettel was still there. And Fraser has to cede the position, but doesn't give up without a fight against Moonfall. He's actually pulled ahead once again. But who wants to be ahead of this DRS measuring point? Of course it's gonna be Moonfall. He wants to be behind. And he gets the DRS. Passed again. Oh, but Fraser does dive it to the inside. This is an absolutely thrilling battle here for the lead of the Grand Prix. They're still side by side. They've been side by side for 1.5 laps now, guys. Incredible stuff that we're seeing here in the final 4 laps of this race. And of course, it's not like there isn't any action in the back part of the track right here, as we do have Moonfall defending first for even longer. Fraser diving it down the inside. That was a little bit naughty there. That was a little bit of a dive bomb. But who is gonna be in front at the DRS measuring point again? It's again gonna be Fraser to Moonfall's advantage. Outbrakes himself though, as we're joining him inside the cockpit. Fraser trying to break the toe, squeezing Moonfall to the inside, but he goes through almost completely, but Fraser gets back at him once again. There is the DRS beep. Moonfall completely ran out of ERS, but I'm pretty sure Fraser has as well, and he is gonna go down the inside. A huge lockup on the front. Gets pinched towards the apex. Doesn't have a chance to get back at Fraser, but this track is absolutely amazing for battling. Looking at Moonfall now, can he make up enough time? This is the final lap of the race. Does he go for a dive? Not quite. It's quite tame, to be honest. The Weasel's surely gonna go for it into the final lap. Hits the apex just nicely. And keeps Trippy then behind again. Trippy's gonna get one more try at the DRS. But I think he fell back too far. Yeah, and the Weasel is having more than enough ERS reserves to defend. As Fraser will take that win if he doesn't mess up the last 2 corners. That was a worthy battle. I think a little bit naughty by Fraser. He really wanted to have that win after it was taken away from him by that safety car. And here he goes across the line. It is Fraser in P1, Moonfall P2, CMD 3rd, the Weasel 4th, but is he gonna cede that position to Trippy because of the penalty? Yes, he will. How to get right in 6th, Smithy Boy, and then it's both of the McLaren, Smithy Boy and BSB, and then you got Shriver crossing the line, and Abdella being a little bit off, just a little bit, for 10th, a lap down as well. But it's this guy, it is Fraser, taking another win. That was a very, very, very good race by all of these guys. At least finished, you have to say. And here we go. That is Fraser winning the race ahead of Moonfall. And BSB saying, I'm glad Bahrain is over. And here we go. That is the result